Hello, everyone. Please, can you kindly prompt your colleague to kindly join the call now so that we could do the evaluation before our guests start joining in by 2. Please do well to prompt your colleague to start joining the call now because we will start the evaluation by 2 p.m. So we will start the evaluation by 1:30, please. Kindly prompt your colleagues to start joining the call now, please. Please, we will start the evaluation by 1:30, and it's just going to be 20 minutes. Please, Emmanuel, be ready to set the time to 20 minutes. Uh, at exactly 1:30 p.m. we will start. And please note that a prompt will show on your screen for you to begin the test. So all you have to do is just to fill in, and then once it ends, you submit, and that is all.
So is it starting by 1:30, right?
Yes, as soon as you see the prompt on your screen, it has
Uh,
begun.
okay.
Uh, Sorry, give me a moment. Let me just get it. Uh, 2009. Okay, it has started, please.
All right.
Yeah, for all those who are in, you can see the prompt on your screen. Please start. As soon as the time is up, we will end the poll. Please, if you're having difficulties, let me know. Please, if you're having any challenges, please let me know. Please kindly be notified that you have 10 more minutes, less than 10 minutes. You have 7 minutes. You have 5 minutes. Thank you, Dinfo, for submitting. I think Dinfo is finished. Thank you, Lucia, for submitting. You have 4 minutes. You have 3 minutes. Thank you, Jamin. Thank you, Amy. Mahmoud. Thank you, Rashida.
I'm Charles. Time is up. I'm Charles. Are you there? Hello, I'm Charles. So, everyone, I'll just end the poll here. I don't know if I'm Charles on this call again.
No, Emmanuel, I don't think you're ending the call.
No, as in, I'm saying end the poll.
End the test, yes.
Yes, end the test. Okay. Okay, so I will start the time now. 9 minutes.
Okay, I think that,
Yeah, from Charles, I've ended the
yeah,
poll.
okay. All right, thank you very much. And please be on standby because it's kind of like raining here and the network can be really bad. Thank
All
you.
right.
All right, thank you everyone for filling that. And we'll just wait for the next, we'll just wait for the next 7 minutes for us to officially begin. Thank you. And please do well to, when we start, please do well to turn on your video and also use the official banner for the program. Thank you. So we will be starting by 2 p.m. Thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you,
From
and over.
Charles.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, according to the agenda you shared, it was showing 1:50. The registration starts by 1:50.
All right. Thank you. Okay, just give me a moment. Thank you, Pharmacist James, for joining us. Thank you. I can see you on the wall. Thank you. Um, Please remember, kindly do well to rename yourself properly, your name, country, as well as One Health Sector for the intent, please. Thank you. We will be starting shortly. Thank you.
From Charles, have you sent the message I sent to you? I sent you a DM. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed keynote speakers, mentors, partners, colleagues, alumni, interns joining us across Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Dosed Blue Foundation and our strategic partner, the One Health Society, it is my pleasure to warmly welcome each and every one of you to the closing ceremony of the Pan-African AMR Policy and Governance One Health Internship and Mentorship Program, the Cohort 4 DBF program. Wherever you are joining us from today, thank you for making time to celebrate this important milestone with us. And today's event is more than a graduation ceremony. It is a celebration of collaboration, learning, innovation, and youth leadership. It represents the accumulation of months of commitment by remarkable young professionals who chose to invest their time. To our partners and mentors and stakeholders, your presence today demonstrates your continued commitment as well as continued investment to the next One Health generation. We are truly honored to have you all here. It's good to mention that antimicrobial resistance is not simply a future challenge. It is one of the defining public health issues of our generation. But while AMR continues to threaten our health systems globally, today young professionals are demonstrating that they are not waiting for tomorrow to make a difference. Throughout this program, our interns have explored policy governance, surveillance, antimicrobial stewardship, infections prevention, community engagement, and One Health collaboration. Today, they will share not only what they have learned, but also what they have built. This ceremony demonstrates and celebrates their journey from learners to contributors. And at this point, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Pham Charles. I'm the Program and Data Officer for DC Blue Foundation. It is my privilege to serve as your moderator for today. And notwithstanding, I also have my colleague here. As you know, it's a collaboration with One Health Society in Tanzania, Dr. Genoveva. Our partnership with One Health Society represents the very essence of One Health collaboration, bringing together organizations across borders to strengthen youth engagement, policy leadership, and sustainable action against antimicrobial resistance. Genovia will support, various segments of today's program, and we're grateful for her leadership throughout this internship. Please join me welcoming Genoveva, sorry. Hi, Genoveva. Can you just say one or two things?
Well, hi, Charles. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. And so before we officially begin, let's quickly go through a few housekeeping guidelines to ensure that there is smooth and enjoyable present experience for everyone. We kindly ask everyone to remain muted unless, invited to speak. If you have comments or questions during the program, please make sure to use the chat box. Our team will be monitoring it throughout the session. And whenever you would like to contribute verbally, kindly raise your hand. And we encourage everyone to use the chat box accordingly. And please kindly rename yourself. For our interns, we urge you to use your name, country, One Health sector for the interns. And for invited guests and stakeholders, please do well to name yourself, name, country, organization for easy identification. We encourage everyone to please be respectful with the time. So, Genevieve, can you take it?
Yes, so here is the quick overview of today's program. We have carefully designed the ceremony to celebrate both the journey and the impact of this internship. And we'll bring these opening remarks followed by an interactive icebreaker to hear from all of you. And then we'll take you through the story of Cohort 4. I mean, its objectives, achievement, partnership, and its impacts across Africa. Following that, we are going to hear goodwill messages and keynote addresses from distinguished leaders working at national and continental levels. And one of today's highlights will be the Interns Showcase, where our interns will present the innovative hackathon projects they have developed throughout the program. And then we are going to also hear the reflections from our mentors, testimonials from internships, and recognize outstanding achievements through our awards and certificate presentation. And then we are going to conclude by discussing what comes next for this growing Pan-African network. So all I can say is that we are promising you a very inspiring afternoon. So on the part of objectives of this event, this closing ceremony has two primary objectives. The first is to celebrate and showcase impact, and the second is to strengthen the pathway to youth leadership in antimicrobial resistance. So today we are going to recognize not only the interns, but also the mentors, the facilitators, reviewers, keynote speakers, partners, and organizations who have contributed and have made this program possible. Every successful internship is built on collaboration, and today's event, it is going to celebrate everyone who has invested in these young leaders. On our second objective, it is to strengthen the pathway for continued youth leadership in antimicrobial resistance. And as we all know that graduation or this graduation is not the end of this journey. So instead, it marks the beginning of a larger network of collaboration where interns continues to engage with policymakers, institutions, researchers, and partners to influence antimicrobial resistance action within their countries and across Africa. So today's event therefore celebrates achievements while also opening doors for future opportunities. So fast forward, I would love to bring you to the opening remarks, whereby it is now my honor to invite leadership of our organizing institutions to officially welcome us and share their reflections on the importance of investing in youth leadership for antimicrobial resistance and One Health. Well, the vision of these leaders has helped us and it has helped to shape this program from its inception, and we are very, very, very privileged to hear directly from them today. It is my distinct pleasure to invite from Estelle Mbadiwe, the founding partner of Blue City Blue Foundation. Estelle has been instrumental in advancing youth engagement, implementation, science and health systems strengthening across multiple initiatives. Her passion for empowering young professionals continues to inspire programs such as this internship, creating opportunities for meaningful leadership and innovation. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming from Estelle Mbadiwe.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
I'm seeing the reaction of the group. Thank you so much, Dr. Genoa. Wow, we've come to this day, right? We're at the graduation ceremony. Yes.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for that warm introduction. Distinguished guests, esteemed partners, mentors, colleagues, and above all, the remarkable youth leaders of Africa. Good day and welcome to this amazing, amazing day. After months and months of hard work, months and months of engagements, months and months of amazing insights and collaborations with this great team and the partners. So it's really both a privilege and a joy to welcome you to this important gathering as we celebrate not only what has been achieved, but more importantly, what lies ahead. Today is more than the conclusion of this program. It really is. It is a celebration of growth, a reflection on purpose, and the beginning of a new chapter for a generation of leaders committed to shaping Africa's future. So throughout this journey, we have explored antimicrobial resistance through the lens of policy, governance, leadership, and One Health. Yet we've also discovered something even more profound, that AMR is not simply a scientific or health challenge. It is a leadership challenge. It is a governance challenge. It is an innovation challenge, and is a call for courageous people who are willing to think differently and act boldly. The future of Africa will not be shaped by the problems we inherited, not by any means, but by the solutions we have the courage to create. As the youngest continent in the world, Africa possesses an extraordinary advantage. Our rich resources goes way beyond what lies beneath our soil, and our soil is amazing. It is found in the minds, the creativity, the resilience, and courage of its people, especially its youth, as well as the conviction of leaders who choose and refuse to accept that this is how it has always been. So over the course of this program, you have gained knowledge, definitely. You have questioned assumptions, definitely. You have strengthened your leadership journeys, definitely. You have embraced collaborations, definitely. And you have 100% built relationships that extend far beyond the borders of Africa. But today, and your countries, but today is not only about receiving a certificate. It is about embracing a responsibility. My hope is that each of you will leave here determined to transform evidence into action, transform policy into practice, and ideas into lasting impact. That you will become leaders who build bridges, innovators who create solutions, and collaborators who recognize that Africa's greatest challenge can only be solved together. That Ubuntu spirit is definitely here. So as we begin this ceremony, let us celebrate not only the journey behind us, but the future before us. May we be inspired by what has been accomplished, challenged by what still remains to be done, and encouraged by the knowledge that each one of us, every single one on this call and beyond, has a role to play. I truly believe that this program has been more than carefully organized. It has been purposefully guided, divinely, in so many divine interventions by God. And we have witnessed remarkable partnerships, remarkable growth, and remarkable people coming together with one shared vision. Africa has to become the Africa we want. Africa has to become the Africa we can make it to be. You have learned that real leadership is not about your position, but about responsibility. It's not about authority, but about impact. So I just want to say thank you once again to our amazing partners, the amazing mentors. So many of them have been repeated mentors, the amazing facilitators, and the organizers of this program. I want to thank the teams behind the DBF teams, the OHS teams for their work, the amount of work that has gone into getting to this point. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your passion, and thank you for your willingness to lead. It has truly taken a village across Africa and beyond Africa to make this journey possible. And today we celebrate every single one of you. So welcome, sit back, reflect, and enjoy the remarkable journey of purpose, partnerships, and progress that has brought us to this important moment. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you, and over to you all. Thank you to Dr. Genoa. And I'm so excited to sit back and go on this amazing journey with all of you. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much from Estelle for those inspiring words and for your continued leadership and commitment to developing African future public health leaders. So without further ado, I would love to welcome from Hamisim Sagama, the Executive Director of One Health Society, all the way from Tanzania. And under his leadership, the One Health Society has continued to champion integrated approaches to public health, antimicrobial resistance, neglected tropical diseases, and climate resilience, while placing young professionals at the center of sustainable solutions. So his commitment to regional collaboration has strengthened this partnership between Tanzania and Nigeria, demonstrating what is possible when organizations work together across borders. So please join me to warmly welcome from Hamisim Sagama. Please welcome Karibu sana.
Thank you so much, Dr. Genoveva. I hope everyone can hear me okay and see me somehow. Thank you so much for the partner, first of all, who have managed to join us in this, I would say, a long and very interesting internship that we had co-organized with the Ducity Brew at One Society. We are very happy to come at this juncture that we are not only concluding, but actually we are starting now to showcase the product from this partnership. And thank you so much to mentors. We have been in your DMs, in your inbox, to argue, to request you to shape the ideas and also to help us get the best from this program, but also to the team from Ducity Brew. The team has been so amazing, and the team from One Society that has been supporting and be part of this program. And I would say congratulations to the interns that have managed to conclude this program. But this is just a start, because now we have the knowledge, we have the skills, and we have the project that we were preparing. So the next big step is just started. So how can we now make sure the ideas, the skills, and the knowledge that we have received are actually going to change the Africa that we want, but also demonstrating the best practice coming from Africa to the world, because that is very important, that we can actually have the best practice in our continent. So I'm very happy to see we have managed to not only train, but also to challenge each other on how best we can go about AMR policy and governance. And I will say this again and again, that young people need to be in these high tables, because first of all, we have started our journey in the community, and that is a humble beginning for every young leader on AMR. We started our journey in the community. We have done the community engagement. We have done the community sensitization. We did the campaign. We have distributed flyers. We sat down with the community members, and that's has given us so much knowledge in terms of reality and context. So what are we doing with this evidence and knowledge from the community? That's where it's very important for us to climb the ladder and go up the food chain to the policymakers, to the decision makers, and inform them of the reality that we have encountered in our community. And that's where it's very important to have this knowledge in terms of policy, advocacy, in terms of the governance. And I'm happy to see different facilitators who have managed to shape this cohort coming from different countries. And this demonstrates how we have managed to create a Pan-Africanism program. So at One Society, we continue to champion the integrated approach, making sure that we are addressing AMR at its holistic approach, but also as a young people, we build each other capacity so that we can not only be the observers, but we can be the leaders and the change maker in our continent. So lastly, I would say as a young people in the continent, our advantage is not on the number alone. So we know that our continent is younger and becoming younger, but we cannot be given the opportunity because we are just young or we are just a youth. We need to be given opportunity because we are bringing value, we are bringing solutions that are very sustainable for our people. So thank you so much, Dr. Genoveva. Thank you so much for everyone who have joined us today. And I'm wishing you all the best in celebrating your success. But very important, make sure that the skills and knowledge that you have gained are going to impact the people of this continent.
Well, thank you very much, Hamisi, for your inspiring remarks and for your continued partnership in empowering young African leaders. So over to you, Chaz, for our icebreaker and the rest of the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. Now that we have officially welcomed everyone, it's time to hear from all of you. This ceremony is not meant to be a one-way conversation. It is an opportunity for everyone joining today in 845-269 and just answer the simple question. In one word, what does the next generation need most to lead the fight against AMR? Please just answer the question. So I will just quickly share this. Please answer the question. Yeah. Am I audible? Please, what does the next generation need most to lead the fight against AMR? Please type in your answers. I'm seeing opportunity. empowerment. Please keep them coming, please. Commitment and creativity, critical thinking. That is interesting. Please do well to keep them coming, please. Please, we just have 5 minutes for this particular session. What does the next generation need most to lead the fight against AMR? In one word, please. 5 minutes. Please keep them coming, please. We have opportunity. Yes, I would agree with the commenter here. Empowerment, commitment, and creativity, critical thinking. Interesting. Can we have more? Please keep them coming. Join at mentimeter.com and use the code highlighted here, 498-45269. Education and awareness, communication skills, creativity, empowerment. Please keep them coming. I believe we are more than 30 right now, so please keep them coming. Education and awareness, empowerment, opportunity, critical thinking, commitment and creativity, education and awareness, opportunity, innovation, tech-wise, that's interesting, courage, that's an interesting one. Innovation is coming up strong here. Please, you can use the code 49845269. Go to www.menti.com and then you can type in the code there. Please keep them coming. We have 2 more minutes to have this rounded up. I'm supposed to see more than 10 responses. We have resilience. We have machine learning. That's interesting. Collaboration, inclusion, education, innovation is coming up here strong. And we have 1 more minute for us to make our inputs, partnership, tech-wise collaboration, access to policymakers, resilience, education, access to policymakers again, tech-wise, courage, still inclusion, but innovation here is coming up strong. We have less than 1 minute for us to keep this coming. Menti.com, use the code 498455269. And let's have your responses. We have youth voices, visible. I believe you meant visibility, and deliberation. That's interesting. Thank you all for keep them coming though. Thank you all for your input to this. Keep them coming, please. Okay, so we'll move on. So we'll just go over to the next point of the agenda, which is the overview of the program. I know most of us here might not have, knowledge about this program. So with that, explore the journey that has brought us here today. This internship program is the product of strategic partnership between Dusit Blue Foundation and the One Health Society. Although our organizations are based in different countries, we share a common vision, building stronger health system by investing in Sorry, am I audible? I think the network kicked me off. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Please,
can
can you
hear
respond?
you guys.
Okay.
We can hear
All
you.
right. Thank you very much. So here highlights the organization behind this initiative, the CBLU Foundation that focuses on strengthening health systems through implementation sites, quality improvement, patient safety, research, and youth innovation. And the One Health Society complements this mission through regional leadership in One Health, antimicrobial resistance, neglected tropical diseases, climate change. Together, this partnership demonstrates that Africa's greatest strength lies in collaboration rather than working in isolation. Organizations can achieve far greater impact by, combining expertise, networks, and shared purpose. So this is Dusit Blue Foundation. And like I mentioned, we focus on improving quality and patient safety through the use of data and improvement science. And also we have One Health Society, is a Tanzania-based NGO that was established in 2019. Their key focus area includes AMR, NTDs, and climate change. And now let's take a clear look at what this program set out to achieve. The goal was ambitious yet clear, is to equip 25 young African professionals with the knowledge, skills, mentorship, and practical experience needed to contribute meaningfully to antimicrobial resistance policy and governance across the continent. This wasn't simply another virtual program. It was designed as a learning journey where participants develop practical skills, and our participants, our interns, represent the human, animal, environmental sector, reflecting the multidisciplinary nature of antimicrobial resistance. And now everything we designed during this internship revolved around 6 interconnected objectives. First, we wanted participants to strengthen their understanding of antimicrobial resistance, One Health, and governance system, not simply from a theoretical perspective, but within real policy context. And second, we aim to build practical policy analysis skills so that interns could confidently interpret, critique, and contribute to national and regional AMR strategies. And third, equally important was creating opportunities for young professionals to engage directly with policymakers, strengthening their confidence to contribute to, high-level policy decisions. And also, mentorship formed another cornerstones of, the program, connecting interns with experienced professionals from across Africa. And finally, we sought to establish something that extends far beyond today's ceremony, a sustainable Pan-African youth network committed to advancing AMR action long after this internship concludes. And we want you to meet our cohort 4 interns. We have 25 interns across 14 countries. We have 10 females and 15 males that are adequately represented here. And also they cut across the One Health professional stream, human, animal, and environmental health. And these are our beautiful interns across Africa countries. And also, we'd like you to also meet our mentors, who I believe are on the call. We have 20 mentors from 10 countries, 6 females and 14 males, and they also cut across different One Health professional spectrum. And thank you so much. Sorry about that. My network has been really, really terrible. Apologies for that. So I will continue from here, please. Deep apologies. So just to mention that we are deeply grateful for their confidence in these initiatives. And also just to give our distribution from the invited stakeholders during the launch, they cut across 6 different countries that were highly represented during the official launch of the program. And also to mention that one of the defining strengths of this program was the quality of learning opportunities made available to our interns. Over 12 weeks, participants engaged in 40 structured sessions representing approximately 72 hours of learning. However, our focus was never on delivering lectures. Every session was intentionally designed to encourage discussions, case studies, group exercise and sessions, and also practical application. Participants explored real-world challenges while interacting directly with experts, actively shaping antimicrobial resistant policy across Africa and beyond. And learning became more like a dialogue, not simply presentation. So these are some of our experts that joined during this internship program. And just to add more, the program was enriched by an exceptional faculty of experts. In total, we had 39 experts representing 35 organizations across 14 African countries contributed to this learning journey. Each speaker brought a unique perspective from surveillance and antimicrobial stewardship to governance, implementation science, behavioral change, and One Health policy. And this exposure is really, really diverse from different experts that ensure that interns or participants appreciated both the complexity of AMR and the opportunity for multidisciplinary collaboration. To every expert who are here, we are truly grateful for the opportunity that you have given to these interns to showcase and also collaborate with you during this internship program. So we extend our sincere gratitude to you all on the call. So just to finally add, this further illustrates the strength that this internship have, the collaboration. You can see the organizations that were highly represented. They cut across WHO, NCDC, FAO, Africa CDC, HQS, the news agency, One Health Lessons, Ajisefini, DRASA, the Tripartite Academic, and NGOs were also part of this program, including React Africa and African Union. So beyond formal teaching session, we also created opportunities for deeper conversation, through our fireside chat. Unlike traditional, sessions or lectures, these formats encouraged open dialogue between experienced leaders and young professionals. Interns explore topics such as leadership, career development, collaboration, and the future of One Health in Africa. These conversations reminded us that technical expertise alone is not enough. Leadership requires courage, like we all mentioned during the icebreaker, curiosity, integrity, and the willingness to continuously learn from many others. And many interns later described this conversation as one of the most memorable aspects of the program. And just to showcase from interns to multipliers, and one principle that guided this internship from day one was knowledge should never stop with learners. So every intern was expected to become a multiplier, sharing what they learned with colleagues, organizations, and educational institutions, including their communities. So through these One Health Lessons initiatives, participants cascaded their knowledge to multiple platforms after completing the program requirements. I believe this approach transforms a cohort of 25 individuals into thousands of informed advocates across Africa. And that is how sustainable capacity, I believe, is strengthened and is truly happens. And this is just to highlight, some of the activities that were carried out by these interns. And I'm particularly proud of this particular, slide here that together our interns reached over 1,000 people across 41 organizations in 13 different African countries through their knowledge sharing as activity. And this is perhaps one of the program's most significant achievement. I would say this impact did not just end within our weekly Zoom sessions. Instead, learning traveled into universities, hospitals, communities, government institutions, professional association, workplaces across Africa. Now, every person's reach has the potential to influence many others, and that is the multiplier effect we envision when designing this program. They will celebrate
Hello, everyone. Yes, thank you so much, Fam Charles, for that beautiful presentation, where every of the milestones and achievements thus far from the internship program has been highlighted. Thank you so much. And right now, we'll be going to some goodwill messages from our partners presently on the call. Goodwill messages from our partners and relevant AMR stakeholders. So presently, we would love to listen to you, our partners on the call at the moment, so as to give us your goodwill messages. Can you please kindly unmute and give us your goodwill messages in 1 or 2 minutes? Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Emmanuel, for coming in. Yes, Deborah, from One Health Lessons, please, do you mind?
Of course.
Deborah?
I just want to say,
Yes.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, it's an absolute pleasure to be joining you today. Congratulations at Blue Foundation and One Health in Tanzania. Really appreciate everything that you have been doing. It's amazing to see this celebratory event for the intern and the mentor and everybody on the team, particularly. Yes, okay, I see this. I am Dr. Deborah Thompson, the founder and executive director of One Health Lessons, and we have been working side by side with Dusted Blue Foundation in order to bring these powerful young individuals into communities, teach them strong communication skills, empower them to have the skills to go out into the communities and inspire action, not just transmit and share knowledge, but inspire action. And that's the point of knowledge, right? What's the point of keeping it in your head if you don't act on it? So congratulations to all the interns and the team behind the intern. Truly a and I'm very happy to see your future build and grow, and I'm happy to assist wherever possible. Congratulations again, everybody.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for that. And we deeply appreciate you from One Health Lessons. You really contributed a lot to the success of this internship program. Thank you so much. And we'd also have one of our fantastic partners, Professor Buraima. Are you on the call? Professor Buraima.
Yeah, I am on the call.
All
Good
right.
afternoon, everyone.
All right, good afternoon.
Thank you. I will not be able to talk. I'm in the Senate meeting.
Oh, all
So I'm
right.
using earpiece to follow this program.
Okay.
Yes, so I wish everybody the best. Congratulations.
All right. No problem. Thank you so much. We deeply appreciate you. Any of our relevant partners also on the call at the moment? We'd love to hear from you. All right, we'd love to hear from Ms. Ruth from WHO. Could you please give us your goodwill message? We'd love to hear from you.
Okay, sorry about that. I think we also have some other representative here. I would like to call on Oluwatoni, if she can just kindly give us a quick goodwill message. 2 minutes, please.
Hello, thank you, Charles. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for having me. On behalf of DRASA, I'd just like to say a huge congratulations to those in this cohort. Honestly, completing this journey is no small feat, and you should be very proud of yourselves. At DRASA, we're very much in the game regarding working to end and just make sure there's a decline in AMR. And we know it requires leadership, it requires innovation, commitment, and a One Health focus. So I know this is what has been this is what you've learned about, and this is what you will go on to just make sure that you amplify. And to the facilitators, Disciplu, to One Health Society, thank you and well done for all you've done to invest your time, your expertise into the next generation of AMR champions. So congratulations again and wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I will want to quickly call on Mrs. Rita from the Federal Ministry of Environment, if she could just quickly give us a quick goodwill message. Mrs. Rita? Mrs. Rita, okay. Are you available to speak? Please, ma'am. Okay, it seems she's not available to speak. And I will move over to Dr. Solomon from FAO, if he can kindly do us the honor of just giving us a quick goodwill message.
Thank you so much, Charles, for this opportunity. I just wish to wish everyone in this cohort all the best and congratulate them for completing this great work they have done. We've seen quite a number of things that have been done, and we definitely know that we have lots of hope as we have youth now driving the fight against AMR, coming in with innovations, coming in with lots of energy, and also having the understanding that it requires the novelty that the youth brings to the table. I wish you all the best, and we are really looking forward to seeing your impact in the wider society. This is just the starting point, and we're really hoping that we'll start seeing all of the ripple effect in all the landscape of Africa and as it cuts across the One Health sector. All the best, and I wish you fruitful deliberations and fruitful graduation today. Thank you, and over from me.
Thank you very much, Dr. Solomon. And finally, we have a youth representative from FAMSA, Meiji. Hope you don't mind just giving us a quick goodwill message from FAMSA. Meiji, are you there? Okay, it seems he's not there at the moment. And we also have Julian from IPSF, I believe. If you can just quickly give us a good message from your end. Julian?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome.
Yes, hi. Thank you for the invitation to be here on behalf of International Council Federation. Yeah, I think it's just really an honor that to see another successful cohort from for this internship mentorship in relation to One Health, in relation to the AMR. And I think I just want to extend my congratulations, right, to all those who have completed this journey. It's not an easy one, but all of you have gone through that journey and made it that far. Just like what everyone has also said, this is not the end. This is a new beginning. Take note of all the friends, the lessons, the connections you have made, and extend this to what you want to implement in your hometown, in your community, in the continent, and even internationally. Yeah, so I just want to extend this for congratulations to all of you. Hope you have learned a lot and continue pursuing that heartfelt determination, to make the world a better place for all through this interdisciplinary and interprofessional collaboration. Yeah, and thank you to our organizers from Disciplu, of course, extending to our youth in the pharmacy, so the International Council Federation, and those in the African region, and hope to see another successful cohort soon. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Julian. And finally, we have pharmacist Moshood Lawal. It's such an honor to have you, sir. Hope you don't mind giving us just a quick goodwill message to the interns. Pharmacist Moshood. Pharmacist Moshood, are you there? Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Thank you
Hello?
for honoring the. Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the globe in Africa. This is a very tangible program, and I want to commend the management of Visit Blue for bringing up the program, as well as commend the graduates today for having the courage to participate. I'm speaking on behalf of the WHO Task Force of AMR survivors. What has the knowledge you have acquired has enriched you, and I want to urge you to please not just put a certificate in your resume, enrich your resume, put it into practice. You are going to experience challenges, obstacles in spreading the gospel of AMS, but with knowledge and persistence and calmness and calmness, you will succeed. And I want to advise further, as the Liverpool Football Club says, do not walk alone. Now you have known yourself, form a network, so that together you can produce more better outcomes. It is better not to express AMR. I'm a victim, and I know what it cost me. It is worse than COVID, because I also experienced COVID. So you have a big task, and I wish you good luck as you move ahead. Once again, this is Blue. Thank you for the wonderful work going on. Thank you. Hello?
Yes, thank you very much, sir. You're audible. Thank you so much, sir, for that. And I believe we'll move on to the next part of the agenda, which is a keynote speaker. And our keynote speaker, our keynote session brings together leaders whose work continues to shape antimicrobial resistance policy and One Health collaboration at both continental and national levels. And their experience reminds us that today's interns are entering a community of professionals committed to transforming health system across Africa. And we are deeply honored by their presence and grateful that they have chosen to share their insight with us. And I believe Dr. Yewande is on the call. Please, can someone confirm? I can't really see my screen right now.
Yes, thank you very much. I am on the call, and
Okay.
good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, depending on where you are joining us from. It is my pleasure to join you today to deliver a keynote. I checked with the colleagues, and I believe that you're all keen to learn about what we are doing right now as Africa Union and Africa CDC when it comes to antimicrobial resistance. Once again, colleagues, allow me to extend my deepest congratulations to you all for being a part of this process. I believe that what you are doing, if you don't realize as being part of this internship program, is really for what the future of Africa should look like. So allow me to deeply congratulate you once again and share with you very quickly. I will make it as short as possible. Mr. Charles, I didn't get the length of time expected for this keynote, but I will do my best to walk through this process as quickly as possible. So I'm not the one to preach to the choir. You have had a fantastic process, learning about AMR policy, governance, what the future should look like in this current cohort. But what is most often missed is that when we talk about AMR, we often look at it from the intervention perspective, forgetting that it's impossible for laboratories to get data if there's no strong governance, policies, investment in place. Again, this is why AMR becomes a critical issue that must not sit at just a technical level. Health, as I've always said, is a political issue as much as politics really impacts health. So as Africa Union, one of the first things that we had to do to set the scene, and what I would call set the scene for an enabling environment from east to west, from north to south to Central Africa, I believe that this political instrument, the Assembly Declaration 33, the African Common Position on AMR, endorsed by the 55 heads of state of the Africa Union, has been a significant way to amplify and enable political engagement across the continent. And of course, this led to this framework, which now takes more practical, technical approaches to addressing antimicrobial resistance. Of course, starting this as far back as 2017, as Africa CDC, we had identified critical areas that we believe every country should have at a subnational level, at a community level, for us to appreciate what is going on and how to move the needle when it comes to AMR prevention and control. And we really set aside these 4 critical strategies, which have been significant. But through this, I think to tie it in, because you have been in different conversation on stewardship, IPC, surveillance, to tie it in is recognizing the value of a One Health approach, recognizing that governance advocacy cannot take a siloed approach, but also leveraging high-level political advocacy and engaging other stakeholders. So since then, it's important to also appreciate, and I'm hoping this can inspire you in terms of, first of all, you have a lot of work ahead of you. You're the future of what the continent needs to see. Despite the progress that we have seen, there's so much more to be done. But it's quite important to also appreciate what is the problem or what is the crisis across the continent. So in the face of the first implementation, we really looked at generating at least something, a granular level data coming from the continent, not just modeling data, not just estimates, but actual estimates from the countries. And of course, we see significant findings that are very concerning. And we are hoping that when you start to think about governance, when you start to think about policy, you just don't think about it in the sense of, I just want to improve surveillance. What are the steps required to improve surveillance? And these are clear examples. So when you're advocating, and as you continue to do your work in terms of your push for AMR governance, you need to understand that surveillance cannot occur unless you have the right diagnostics. Diagnostics are not just picked up on the street. There has to be health financing to improve diagnostics and laboratory networks. We have to have strong accreditation, regulation to make sure that what the patient is getting is actually the real fact of it. But how then do we prioritize pathogens across our continent? So these are some of the examples of interventions that we continue to provide to address these issues. There's the workforce capacity, the QMS, quality management programs, but beyond that is also some of the work we have done around stewardship. You cannot call for stewardship with a country that does not have a standard treatment guidelines. You cannot call for stewardship without having the policy interventions that ensure that the country has the essential medicines list in place. And this is aligned to the WHO EML that has been provided. But how do you make sure that the medicines getting to the country can reach the last mile? Means that the woman in the village with a baby in some far village in Kenya can access the medicine. This is where the equity and the access really comes into place. But beyond that, like I've always said, AMR is not just a human health issue. In the agriculture sector, how do we have the regulations in place? And again, this is the importance of policy governance in what we do, making sure we can address the critical pathways for interventions to be able to be in place. In addition, I highlight some of the successful things that our member state has done. Like some of these countries have now started to implement what we call an infection prevention and control legal framework. Again, understanding that AMR sometimes goes beyond just conversations in the boardroom. Sometimes you need the strong regulations, the legal frameworks to ensure that things can be put in place, to ensure that we are able to put the right prevention and control measures in place. But beyond that is how do you ensure you set up a continental enabled environment? Means that there is local manufacturing. You cannot talk about stewardship if the government are not putting the right interventions for food procurement, for local manufacturing, if there's no regulation in place. So these are some of the things the African Union has been able to put in place so that all of this advocacy that we are all making, all of the interventions we are recommending is very much appreciated. So I'm hoping at the end of this session, you can start to see that governance is really critical for every intervention that comes in place when it comes to AMR control. And allow me now to spotlight different areas of leadership and advocacy. As you know, a lot of times you think, oh, it's just the Minister of Health, Minister of Agriculture that gets to make a decision on AMR. But we all get to make a decision on AMR because AMR is not a single sector problem or a single leadership problem. It's a whole society problem where we all have to step in our policy, advocacy, and leadership. Some examples coming in from the continent are the parliamentarians who have now become a strong advocate in Uganda, Tanzania, as well as in Zambia and Senegal. We are hoping that this can also scale up beyond these countries to other countries. But beyond that is what the fantastic African youth have been doing when it comes to campaigns, taking the conversation on AMR leadership and owning those conversations. So colleagues, like a lot of the goodwill remarks have come, the job ahead of you is a lot. And we expect and we look forward to you really becoming the champion of the 500 million African youths and really steering them to the direction of better stewardship, better governance for AMR. So allow me now to spotlight a few things that are critical. For example, you notice that the first version of our framework, we didn't really spotlight governance. Rather, we looked at it as an enabling factor. So this time we will set up a pillar, and we have set up a pillar that can help look at AMR governance, leadership, and partnership, not just at a continental level, at a regional level, at a national level, and at a sub-regional level. And again, this is where the African youth really come in also amplifying AMR education, advocacy, and awareness, which are the two pillars that we have now included in our strategic framework. So ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, what do I expect as you step into this, what I would say the AMR field as our new champions? We expect that we start to see a significant percentage increase in AMR surveillance as well as AMU surveillance. You cannot control what you cannot see. Even worse with a crisis like AMR, which is often faceless. We need those numbers. You come into the field, you join us into this. Please start to look at these areas as areas you will continue to serve as advocates and champions for. Similarly is the conversations that you are pushing in stewardship as well as infection prevention and control. I always say infection prevention, control, wash, and vaccination remain the most cost-effective intervention that we can really put in place. But beyond that, the one intervention that we all have a responsibility, from the villager in Malawi to the government maker in Egypt, we all have a responsibility, is stewardship. And this is where you can be the voice, you can be the champion. What does responsible antibiotic care look like? How do you even advocate for a governor? How do you advocate for a student, a teenager, a university student to use antibiotics better? That is an entry point that we continue to miss on the African continent. And this is a call to action for you all. Similarly, is already, like I highlighted, infection prevention and control, but also is where you come into place. Remember that the National Action Plans is the mandate we all support. The National Action Plans is where you should continue to think about for your different member states. You have a whole responsibility to support each of your countries in implementing those national action plans and making sure that those national action plans remain accountable and relevant to your settings. And lastly, around, of course, advocacy and stewardship. I'm hoping and looking forward come November that I start to see you as champions raise the flag, raise the African flag. For you all that are coming in from the Nigerian sort of constituency, come Abuja in December, we would like to see the vibrant youth. We would like to see your voices. This is where advocacy and education really comes in place. So this is my call to action for you. It's one health, one Africa, and one future. We're passing the baton to you, not to retire, but to remain, to welcome you as our champions in the AMR space. Remember, no one sector, no one country, no one individual can undo this complex problem that puts a population of 1 billion Africans at risk. Remember the principles of it. One health remains the coordinating way we can continue to work together. I wish you all the best, and I would like to congratulate now my colleagues from Dusit Blue. Year in, year out, you continue to invite us as Africa CDC to this relevant program. The 2026 cohort really brings a vibrant 25 professionals together from 13 African member states. This is not a small feat. Allow me to congratulate you as Africa CDC as you continue to serve in this portfolio to provide technical sessions, pulling together leading experts from across the continent, across the globe to support these young Africans. We are really proud of the work that you do, and we will hope to continue to collaborate with you on such programs. Ladies and gentlemen, to the 25 young professionals that have gone to this program, allow me to once again extend my heartfelt congratulations to you, wishing you all the best, looking forward to you being your vibrant advocates in the AMR space. Thank you once again, and thanks for having me. Back to you, moderator.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yewande Alimi, for such a beautiful keynote speech. Your message has reminded us that investing in young professionals is not simply about developing future leaders, but it's about strengthening Africa's preparedness, resilience, and collective response to emerging health challenges. So we sincerely appreciate you and for your time and your inspiring words. So without further ado, I would love to welcome Farm Emiliana Francis, all the way from Tanzania. Farm Emiliana Francis serves as the National AMR Coordinator within the Ministry of Health Tanzania, and her leadership in advancing national antimicrobial resistance coordination and policy implementation continues to contribute significantly to Tanzanian antimicrobial resistance response. And her experience offers valuable insights into translating policy into practical actions, an area which directly is relevant to the journey of our interns, which they have undertaken. So please join me to warmly welcome Farm Emiliana Francis from Ministry of Health Tanzania. Welcome, Farm Emiliana.
Yeah, please, is Farm Emiliana on the call? Okay, I don't think she's on the call at the moment.
All right.
Okay, so we'll move. Okay, so thank you all. But before we move into our intern showcase, we'd like to quickly capture this wonderful moment. So we are privileged to have participants joining us from numerous countries and organizations across Africa. So we would love to preserve this moment together, may I kindly ask everyone to kindly switch on your cameras if possible, please, with a big smile. Please switch on your camera, please. Let's just quickly, before Dr. Yewande leaves, or before anyone leaves, please do well to turn on your camera as we take a quick picture. And I will be taking the picture in 3. Okay, let me just count down from 5, 4, 3, 2. Please turn on your cameras, everyone. 1. Thank you all for turning on your cameras. Thank you for your time. So we'll quickly go over to the next part of the agenda. Give me a moment to share my screen. Yes, let me just share my screen. I believe my screen is visible. Can everyone see my screen? Please confirm if you can see my screen, please.
Yes. Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so thank you very much. So we'll move over to the Intense Capstone Showcase, which is the AMR governance dossier. Now, it is important for us to pay attention to this particular session, because this is where the interns showcase the work that they have done throughout this internship. And at the end of this particular session, we will kindly request everyone to, vote on a particular, metrics, and also will give the opportunity for the audience to also ask questions at the end of this session. So our interns will. Sorry, can someone stop unmuting me, please? Our interns were organized into 4 thematic groups, each addressing critical pillars of antimicrobial resistance, and they cut across governance and accountability for Group 1, surveillance and data for Group 2, infections prevention for Group 3, AMS for Group 4. So each presentation represents weeks of research, teamwork, expert mentorship, constructive feedback from reviewers across the One Health sector. So I would like to also use this opportunity to thank the reviewers that, had the time to review these works that the interns did. They cut across national stakeholders, WHO, as well as the quadripartite group, working group from the youth sector. So as you listen, I encourage everyone to again consider not only the quality of the presentation, but also the creativity, feasibility, potential impact of these proposed solutions, because these are real world solutions that they have developed. And these projects demonstrate what becomes possible when young, professionals are trusted with meaningful opportunities. So I will call on Group 1. Please, Group 1, you have exactly 5 minutes, and we will be strict with time. Once your time is up, we'll move over to the next session. So Group 1, over to you, Group 1. Group 1, Mbaza, are you there? Okay, Group 1, okay. Mbaza, over to you, please. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. And good afternoon to all the interns that are present and all the mentors that are present.
Please, can you be audible?
Okay, can you get me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My name's Akuyant Kambaza. I'm the group lead for Group 1, and we'll be presenting on the AMR governance. Next slide, please.
Are you there, Group 1? We can't hear you, Group 1, if you're speaking.
Oh, I'm here. Okay. So AMR governance,
Mbaza, you are not audible, please. Mbaza, are you there? Can anyone hear her?
She's muted.
No,
Yeah,
she's muted.
Okay, I think Group 1 is not ready. So we'll move over to Group 2. Group 2. So I'll call on you now. Group 2, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, over to you, Group 2. Please kindly reset the time, Emmanuel, for Group 2.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Loisa Odhiambo, and today I'll be taking through Group 2 Surveillance and Data Systems. Welcome. Next slide. So I'd like you to come with me through these two scenarios. An infectious infection is detected in the animal sector. Through the food and water system, the human gets infected. At the hospital, they do not know that the resistance has been developed against this organism. And so doctors are trying to treat, but the patient is not getting well. Eventually, the patient dies because we don't know which drug to use now. And another scenario is where at the time resistance was detected in the animal sector, the human sector was also aware at the same time. And so they are ready for a preventive measure for it. So a patient gets unwell, gets to the hospital, gets treated, and gets well, and life goes on. That's the problem we are dealing with here, a fragmented AMR surveillance system. Look at what the data looks at as of 2019, about 1.05 million deaths associated with bacterial AMR. But if we don't do anything about it, 39 million deaths would be associated with AMR. There would be increased loss costs as far as treatment is concerned, as well as there would be loss in productivity, amounting to about 43 billion US dollars by 2035. There would be an increase of 29.5% of antibacterial use in agri-food if nothing is done, with an increase in loss in GDP as far as livestock production is concerned. And the reason why we think coordination is important is because we all acknowledge that addressing AMR is a complex problem and requires a holistic One Health approach. Next slide. Those are the countries we reviewed their national action plan and AMR systems. Next slide. Next slide, please. And this is the data that we are seeing. One Health, sorry, the previous slide. Yeah, the One Health is acknowledged to be addressed as AMR is acknowledged to be addressed as a One Health approach. However, governance is still an issue. We see that institutions are not mandated to share their data. There's no feedback for decision makers. Next slide. And because of that, we devised this innovative program, the One Health AMR Data Sharing and Governance Platform, which is not only a data sharing platform, but comes with a harmonized governance and policy structure for AMR data sharing. And this is a youth-led program because youth would lead the development and design of this program. And this program is important because it doesn't start up new structures, but it builds on available infrastructure as per country. We all know how data sharing issues are always encountered. And so countries will own their data. And it will be a phased program. So implementing it will depend on national capacities. It will support the One Health sectors. It will support the national AMR coordinating committees, the research institution, the academic institution, and the community as well. Next slide. With this program, we expect to see very big impacts, an increased collaboration, feedback for decision-making, timely detection. And if we were to look at this program 5 years, 10 years later, we'd see a reduction in mortality and morbidity associated with AMR. We'd like to measure this through the number of sectors who have implemented this program, the number of formal agreements for data sharing that have been signed, and the frequency with which data is going to be exchanged. Currently, we see a fragmented data, but with OHAMR Connect, we expect to see a transformation with collaboration, with surveillance, as well as the data sharing. Next slide. We therefore ask governments to adopt and institutionalize this OHAMR Connect as a national One Health AMR surveillance in data governance framework. We urge them to strengthen national policies that would strengthen AMR data governance structures and would ensure that there is enforcement to ensure multi-sectoral data sharing. We therefore ask partners in here and out of this place, the One Health sectors, the private sectors, and the funding organization to help us support this program to realize this vision. Next slide. This is a 3-year phased program, and it would require about $5 million to implement. And that's why we require your support to be able to implement this very needed African solution. Next slide. Thank you, and together we will make Africa a better country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucia. You're right on time, and thank you so much for the work and your team for coming up with this solution in your group. So we'll move over to the next part, group 3, which is IPC and Community Systems Lab. And group 3, are you ready?
Yes, Charles, we are ready.
Okay, over to you. You have 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, so presenting on behalf of Group 3, I am Ganga Jamin Ganga, a public health expert from Cameroon. So we are going to be presenting our capstone project on the title Integrating Infection Prevention, Control, and Biosafety at Primary Health Care and Community Levels through a One Health approach, which is a multi-country study, not in 4 countries, Cameroon, Nigeria, Rwanda, and Zambia. Next slide, please. So these are our group members who are representatives from these 4 countries. Next slide. Okay, so the main challenge that was identified here was that national AMR plans exist for all 4 countries, but the basic conditions for infection prevention control are missing where the burden is greatest. So the principal problem we are looking at here is that IPC and biosafety are split across human and animal health sectors, but these sectors do operate in silos. So why does this matter at this particular point in time? It does because under 49% of facilities in Cameroon's far north region have working hand-washing stations, while in Rwanda and Zambia, they have a score which is far less than 600 according to the WHO IPC framework. Now, while looking at the 4 countries again, we have already identified the fact that they work in silos. And looking at the 10-year global action plan, it renews the mandate, and Africa has a score which is just about 32%. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, so with regards to our solution, we are proposing an intervention which is called One Health Community community shield. And this intervention is going to serve those in the primary healthcare facilities, livestock keeping households, district and health officers across the pilot countries. So now this intervention is going to actually target a community health worker, environmental health worker, and animal health worker, whereby they are going to work together in to be able to report surveillance information as far as AMR and IPC is concerned. So we want a functional level AMR surveillance system that fits into district and national decision-making operations. So next slide, please, which is an illustration of the model that we are going to be operationalizing, which is called the One Health Community IPC Cascade. And this community cascade model has been found to be highly effective in East African countries such as Kenya, Uganda, and Ethiopia. So we want to have a system where these three stakeholders operate in one accord. Next slide, please. So what informs the evidence that informs this model is the fact that we have looked at the documented country gap. For example, talking about Rwanda and Zambia, who score less than 600 according to the WHO IPC framework. And the second evidence we are looking at is a proven delivery model, which has been found to be successful in East Africa. The last but not the least, we are looking at an existing multiplier effect, which follows the Stop Superbox Squad trade, which trained 25 people who reached out to over 11,000 people across 5 Nigerian universities, causing a 30-to-1 multiplier effect. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, so as far as the expected impact that we want to see is concerned, we want to see the various ministries of health, agriculture, and environment benefiting from this initiative. We want to see primary health facilities, veterinary services, and environmental health offices operating together. And of course, what the change that we really actually want to see at the end of this initiative is going to for us to see a functional IPC compliance and biosafety practice at primary healthcare level. So the strategies in which we are going to use in measuring this include an IPC compliance community AMR reporting rate. Next slide, please. And our ask is simple. If we can have financial assistance to complete our ongoing study, which we are looking at, pilot study in one of the countries for the next 6 months, then we are going to be very happy for this, requesting for a sum of $15,000. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Group 3, and we move over to the final group, which is Group 4. Group 4, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, over to you, Group 4.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for having me. My name is Dimpoku Bai, and I'll be representing Group 4. Our topic is addressing antimicrobial misuse across humans, animals, and environmental health systems. So we're exploring ways to strengthen antimicrobial stewardship in Africa through a One Health framework. Next slide, please. So we have a challenge of AMR burden in Africa. According to the WHO and Africa CDC data, we see high rates of irrational prescribing. And this challenge is very urgent because there's an estimate of at least 10 million deaths globally by the year 2050, with Africa being affected the most. And this issue is a One Health relevant issue because the misuse is across hospitals, farms, and the environment. Therefore, we require an integrated action across all sectors to come to a solution. And it matters because there's a previous slide, please. It matters because the drug-resistant infections are increasing. Therefore, it's rendering a lot of online treatment options to be ineffective. And it also poses a threat to food security and increasing healthcare costs. Next slide, please. So we have interviewed at least 30 stakeholders through surveys and interviews. And we found from the human health sector that our stakeholders have identified a problem of self-medication, the use of leftover antibiotics, and weak enforcement. In the vet and the pharma sector, they have reported the use of antibiotics without vet consultations. They are being used as part of growth promotions in a number of unlicensed drug sellers, as well as poor disposal practices and weak regulations. In the environmental health sector, what was reported is improper waste disposal and the release of untreated effluents into the environment. All three sectors have highlighted a problem being weak enforcement. Next slide, please. Okay, as Group 4, we are suggesting a solution called Integrated Digital Antimicrobial Stewardship and Surveillance Platform. This platform is a digital platform that integrates prescribing audits, dispensing, diagnostic results, vet and environmental surveillance, and offer real-time dashboards to strengthen One Health antimicrobial stewardship. And this platform will also be built on existing platform, such as the District Health Information System 2 that is used widely across Africa. From this platform, we expect to have early detection of AMR, smarter prescribing, and stronger stewardship, as well as to better the outcome of our patients. Next slide, please. What we expect to see change is to see a reduced antimicrobial resistance and improper use of antibiotics, as well as increased diagnostic guided prescribing and stronger AMS policies in governance. And we hope to have an overall improving One Health framework. And how we're going to measure the success rate of our model is by our key indicators would be the number of hubs that are established, the number of AMS champions that are trained, and the increased percentage in diagnostic guided prescribing, as well as an expected reduction in irrational prescribing, and the number of facilities that are reporting to DLAS. As of now, the WHO has indicated that in Africa, only 1/3 of African countries are reporting AMR to DLAS. Our data sources would be the District Health Information System 2 dashboards, DLAS reporting, prescribing audits, and vets and environmental health surveillance streams. So within 24 months, we hope to have enough data to show the success of our model. Next slide, please. So our ask is for policy endorsement for the integration of this platform into national action plans for AMR, and to also secure a continental One Health AMS mandate. And we hope to partner primarily with Africa CDC, universities, pharmacies, vet clinics, ITC providers, and regional health authorities to guide policy integration. In terms of investment, we hope for an investment to localize pilot hubs, to have solar-powered offline data tools and clinical training programs, with an investment as together through One Health, One Platform, and One Africa, we can contain AMR and protect public health. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Group 4. And now we'll hand over to the audience if we have any questions and answers. I'd like to say well done to all the groups and big congratulations to everyone. And please, if you have questions or answers, if you have questions, please, the guests, invited guests, stakeholders, as well as mentors, this is an opportunity to ask questions from the interns. I would like to also want to acknowledge the presence of Pharmacist James from the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Nigeria. Please, if we have questions, yes.
Group 1 is here to present.
Sorry, who?
Group 1 is here to present.
Group 1. Okay. All right, Group 1, are you ready?
Yes, Charles.
Okay, so I will just give you 5 minutes, please. 5 minutes to be brief. Are you sharing your screen or you want me to share my screen?
You can share the screen.
Okay. All right, so Group 1, over to you, please. 5 minutes.
Thank you. You can start from the next slide. Okay, so as Group 1, our main focus was with 4 cohort countries, which is Zambia, Malawi, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe. So the main problem we identified is AMR national action plans have been established in these countries and many countries across Africa, but these structures are mainly concerned with coordination and reporting, and also that the national action plans are not legally obligated, and progress is made voluntarily, and there's no independent verification matrix that is available, and hence transparency of these national action plans and accountability is scarce in all the 4 cohort countries that we identified, and therefore weak accountability prevents prioritizing of AMR financing and boosting trust in the public and also in the government, ensuring that long-term sustainability of programs, AMR programs, are essential to the surveillance of stewardship, regulation, and awareness of AMR in Africa altogether. So most affected areas are rural communities, the young farmers, and patients in underserved facilities, which is a common problem across Africa. So this matters now as critical interventions such as surveillance, prevention, and also optimal antimicrobial use cannot be effectively scaled and sustained, because when we identified the financial gaps, the delays translate into the political commitment from the governments that represented into operational progress, hence weakening the overall AMR response. Next slide, please. So our solution is a community-led accountability system through the Pan-African Accountability Scorecard that has to be developed by the youths, and us as the youths being part of feeding data into the national AMR coordination committees. And also this is a bottom-up accountability that turns AMR oversight into an enforced community responsibility, as we youths now are spearheading the AMR fight. So being present and being accountable for the antimicrobial use pushes for this agenda into a workable site. Next slide, please. So evidence has been made through the National Action Plan financing, which was low in the cohort countries, and coordination also was low, which shows a top-down mechanism, which is not sufficient enough, and hence our suggestion for a bottom-up accountability system, where we are introducing AMR governance by formally integrating the community and youth-generated data into the national monitoring systems. So it strengthens trust and also between institutions and the young generation, who represent the majority of the population. So Evidence two is Africa's youth population, which I've also stipulated, and the governance structures, which has been identified from the National Action Plan's implementation gaps in the cohort countries that were identified, mainly Zambia, Tanzania, South Africa, Kenya, Namibia, which are supporting the Southern Africa accountability gap. So while we're creating civic pressure to drive performance and transparency at local implementation levels by involving the communities. And so these local groups can be trained in using different social media reporting tools, SMS based platforms to gather community feedback from the local communities and then feed this information or feed the data into the national monitoring system. Next slide. So,
thank you very much. Sorry
me.
about that. We are working strictly with time. And please, the floor is open for the audience to ask us questions, the group's questions. Do we have any? Please, you can unmute yourself and ask questions. We just have 5 minutes for that. You can ask any of the groups question or clarifications from what they've presented so far. Okay, I'm not seeing any hands, so I will assume that we don't have any questions right now. Okay, so we will move to the next part of the agenda, which is for us to vote. And please be reminded that there will be a prompt right now, and also the interns are not allowed to vote. Just a reminder, is the guests that the invited guests, stakeholders, mentors that are allowed to vote. So the first, if you look at your screen right now, you will see the first poll, which of this group delivered the most engaging and compelling speech presentation. Please do well to vote. I'm giving us just 1 minute to quickly vote. And please note that the interns are not allowed to vote, and the organizing team too are not allowed to vote. Please, just 1 minute for this. We have 20 seconds for this. Please, others are not allowed, the interns are not allowed to vote, please. And you have 3, 2 seconds, and that is all for this. And we'll move over to the next poll, which is which of this project has the greatest potential to create meaningful and sustainable impacts. The greatest potential to have the greatest potential impact, which has the greatest potential to create meaningful and sustainable impact. We have just 1 minute to vote. The interns, once again, are not allowed to vote. We have 30 seconds to vote. Please, the interns are not allowed to vote because we will see it at the back end of this, at the end of this presentation. You have 10 seconds to vote. You have 3, seconds to 1, and we'll move over to the next part of this, which is the number 3 poll. Which of these group presented the most innovative and creative solution to the AMR challenge? We have 1 minute to vote. Which group presented the most innovative and creative solution to the AMR challenge? You have 30 seconds to vote. Once again, the interns are not allowed to vote, please. We have 20 seconds. You have 6 seconds to vote. And that will be all. And finally, the People's Choice Award. Now, which capstone project was your overall favorite? Which of these capstone projects is your overall favorite? Once again, the interns are not allowed to vote. Which of these capstone projects is your overall favorite? You have 30 seconds to vote. And after this, we will share the results. You have 20 seconds to vote. Which capstone project was your overall favorite? Please, we are all mandated to vote, please. You have 4 seconds. And thank you all. Once again, I'd like to say thank you all to our presenters for those outstanding presentations. Now, we will showcase the results of this, and we will be starting with the best pitch presentation. And I will be sharing the results now for the best pitch presentation. As you can see on your screen, which group delivered the most engaging and compelling pitch presentation. Here we have, wow, there is a tie here. We have group 2 and group 3. Interesting. Congratulations to you. So we have a tie here. Group 2 and group 3, we have 33%, while group 4 has 22% and group 1 has 11%. So we'll move over to the next poll, which is the greatest potential. Which project has the greatest potential to create a meaningful impact? As you can see on your screen, we have group 3 that has 67%. That is interesting. Group 3 followed by group 2, and then we have group 4. Congratulations, group 3, on this poll. And then we move over to the next part of it, which is the most innovative. Which group presented the most innovative and creative solution to the AMR challenge? The choice here is group 2. Interesting. So we have group 2 that has 50% of the votes, followed by group 4 that have 40% of the votes. Thank you so much. And finally, drum roll, please, for the People's Choice. This is the overall. And the People's Choice, interesting. And now we have group 1 and group 4, which is really interesting. They have a tie. The People's Choice Award goes to group 1 and group 4. So thank you all for your votes. Thank you all the mentors that served as our judges for reviewing the capstone pitch presentation for last week, I presume. And then thank you all for the reviewers across the One Health sector that helped to review the project of our interns. Thank you all. So we move on to the next point of the agenda, which will be the reflection from the mentors. And for the mentors that are here, I think Dr. Chanceline, is Dr. Chanceline here? It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Chanceline. If Dr. Chanceline isn't here, she is one of our mentors. However, if she is not here, we will move over to Prof. James. Prof. James, if it is my privilege to invite our next mentor, which is Prof. James. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated strong commitment to public health, leadership, and capacity strengthening. So please welcome Prof. James just to share our reflections from the mentorship as well as interaction from the interns. Over to you, Prof. Prof, are you there? Okay, if Prof is not available to speak, I think I will call on Prof. You're muted. Okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
Hello, everyone, wherever you are. I think it's a good privilege to be joined the part of this team and celebrate the whole journey that we have had for the last 3 months. It has been a journey of adding value towards ourselves, Matters AMR. To go back to the organizers of this program, that is Dusit Blue Foundation and the other key stakeholders, it has been a good journey. Importantly, for me, I can say it's an investment and we should show value for money, if I can say, because definitely the whole process has been geared towards resources. Knowledge has got no value rather than that which is geared towards some useful word hand we have learned. Let's start with the lowest hanging fruit. We start at our levels, that specifically at our communities, at our household level, because that's where the end users and the key contributors of MR still lies in the key cross-cutting departments, that is environment, health, and animal health. What I can urge to the interns who have graded for this, let's also try to move an extra mile and mentor others. And also within the teaching fraternity, that is the respective universities, schools, colleges, we also try to engage the aspect of school health component to see how best we can engage key influencers in MR. We also need to move from the theoretical part of it to practical solutions, because that is where now the rubber meets the road. And this will also go towards a long way in impacting all our capstone projects that we have geared to give solutions which are sustainable for the benefit of our people. Thank you. Be blessed all.
Thank you very much, Prof. And once again, thank you for dedicating time from your busy schedule to be part of this program. We truly, truly appreciate. And I would also want to call on Dr. Soha. If you're available to speak, please. Dr. Soha, please, it would be nice to hear your voice. Dr. Soha, are you there? Okay, I think he's unable to speak. Dr. Brimo, are you available to speak? Dr. Brimo? Yes, I just
where we have one graduate student each as presented. Thank you. Bennett.
Dr. Brimo, are you there?
Faculty of
No, I think
yes.
she says.
Okay. I think she's in a meeting. Sorry about that, Dr. Brimo.
For the Faculty of Social Science.
Please, can we mute her? Do we have any other mentor here? From Marcel, are you available to speak, sir? Ishmael. Marcel is one of our mentors as well. Marcel, are you there? Okay, so we will move on to the next point of the agenda. Once again, thank you, mentors. Okay, all right. Yes.
Yes, I think my name is Richard Charles.
Okay, sorry about that.
Hello, I hope I am audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thanks. I just wanted to make my remark, and sorry, I think I joined a bit late. But overall, I think the program, it has been really,
we can't hear you, Richard.
Very productive. Looking, it even exceeded the expectation. Then hearing the testimonials and reflection from the interns themselves, it made me feel like now this is what we wanted. This is even beyond what we wanted. So thank you so much, and congratulations for congrats to all graduates, I mean the interns, and we hope that you go and make the impact in our community at whatever level that you are currently working, at any institution that you are working, or any institution that you are envisioning to work with in addressing, so that together we can address this issue of AMR. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Richard. Okay, so we'll move on to the next part of the agenda. We would like to hear our interns. So at this point, we'd like to, directly hear from our interns.
Karibuni sana Tanzania.
Okay. Thank you, Richard. Sorry about that. Your network was breaking a little bit. So over the past 12 weeks, they have challenged themselves academically and collaborated across countries and disciplines, and also transformed ideas into practical solutions. So as our interns speak, I encourage everyone to listen, to reflect on something important. Behind every testimony is evidence that, investing in young people create lasting impact. So our interns, thank you for your courage and your curiosity and also your commitment. So we'll now invite our selected interns to share their experience in the program. So first off, we'll invite Lausia. Lausia, over to you.
Hello, everyone. One more time. My name is Luisa from Kenya, where I support AMR surveillance in the environment. I work with Kenya Medical Research Institute, and in this program, I was part of the Group 2 Capstone project. Next slide, Charles. Next slide. Yeah, my internship experience, this was amazing. Like I've said, in this internship program, I was part of Group 2, where I was the group lead. That was a journey full of learning and learning, and having to work with people from different perspectives and countries was just a beautiful thing to do. I remember the time zones, the late nights. That was amazing, the commitment. But together, we identified a problem that is affecting Africa currently and developed a solution for it. What an amazing journey. This internship program was a masterclass of learning, a long journey in just 12 weeks. The sessions were amazing, but if I can reflect upon the very first session from Pharmamisi, changed my AMR perspective completely, because from the science perspective of a lab tech, I came to understand that addressing AMR doesn't only require the technical, but require the governance. And so to speak of it, we need to speak in a language that policy and actors want to hear. The Dr. Victoria and Dr. Ayodele's classes with as far as publication and research journey is concerned, to get your paper published in those prestigious journals was amazing. And by the way, Farmestyle, I led group 2 with value, thanks to your lesson on leading with value, since not all of us can do the same thing. Next slide. The scales are coming from a science perspective. I knew provided sectors are doing their thing, AMR is sorted. But look at it, I learned about the multi-sectoral bit, the governance bit, that even if AMR is silent to decision makers, but when sectors come together, we make this silent pandemic and this big elephant that everybody wants to see. The leadership in the Capstone project was amazing. I can't say more of that. By the way, I have been looking for so long to talk about AMR in my church, but I was so scared. I didn't know where to start. But Dr. Korede's class gave me the courage to face my church. And I went there, spoke about AMR. And today, I meet in the corridor, people call me, hello, Dr. Loisa. That was such an amazing learning experience. And that was very important for me. In this session, we learned how to develop policies, how to write advocacy letters. We engaged high-level AMR stakeholders in this continent. I was able to interview both the Kenyan AMR's focal person and the Malawian AMR focal person. What an amazing journey. Of the most important lesson was Dr. Mupundu's session on building coalition and conducting AMR advocacy. What makes these coalitions fall and what makes them stand? The trust, the accountability, the transparency. That was just such a beautiful thing to know as an AMR advocate that I am. Next slide. My takeaways. I say how a pause for now because it's a pause. Evidence can only be visualized in action, and science is not complete unless it is communicated. And we realize that most of the African problems lie not only in the technical, but also in the governance. If I were to meet a cohort 5 today, I would tell them, get your lane, grab your baton, put your first foot forward, for the race of value is individual. As I live here, I want to speak about AMR to anyone who cares to listen. I want to tell this through science, stories through journalism. And I want to translate AMR science into lessons community can understand. I want to do my PhD in global science and dream to work with Africa CDC, my dream company. And I have a small foundation that is just coming up called AMR Act Foundation, where I plan to translate AMR science messages to messages community can understand. I commit to leading with evidence, advocating with purpose, and empowering communities to become active partners in the fight against antimicrobial resistance. Next slide, please, Charles. In my reflection, I came into this program thinking as a laboratory scientist, but I live thinking like a policymaker. The greatest lesson I carry forward is that science creates evidence, but leadership, policy, and advocacy transforms that evidence into lasting public health impact. Thank you, Prof. Ben, for your mentorship. From Charles, that was amazing. Thank you, and asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Lausia. And we'll move on to the next person, which is Gracian. You have 5 minutes, please. Gracian, over to you. Are you there, Alec?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic. What an exciting moment really to be here. It's really quite amazing. I'm blessed. I'm Gracian Chatsalida from Malawi. I'm a medical microbiologist. I'm working with Achitipa District Hospital, and I'm Minister of Health. And I was also part of Group 2, which is Surveillance and Data Systems. Next slide, please. This internship, when I was joining in April, it just felt like it's like another internship program that somebody can jump on to say, okay, there's this exciting opportunity. But once I started participating in the internship program, my perspective has changed like so enormously. I've been privileged to get, first-hand information of how policies are supposed to develop, how we engage stakeholders, the power dynamics. It's been something that I never assumed that I would actually know through this platform. And the way coalitions are built by Professor Muffin Mpudu was something that made me realize how then can I do if I want to do collaborations with other stakeholders. So it is through this internship that I have learned how capsules are supposed to be developed. And after developing them, we did come up with a solution together as a team and collaboratively. It was such an amazing experience and I have loved it. Next slide, please. So what are the key skills and lessons gained? To be frank, this slide could not be enough to explain how much I've gained from this internship. Starting from leadership, the knowledge, how I used to see AMR it as a lab person, as a microbiologist, is kind of different now because I was seeing it from such perspective. Now I see it as a policy, as so many things that are involved to solve AMR. From now onwards, I really have like this all the information that I need as far as doing exciting interventions, meaningful interventions based on evidence that is generated is concerned. So my meaningful, most impactful lesson is how we can use the research, the data that we generate in our labs, and as an advocate too, by Dr. Victor Epkin. It was one of the one of the sessions that made me really so inspired and to see how best I can use data to advocate for AMR. And I've gained how to develop policies, how to write policy briefs, advocacy letters, opinion pieces, and you name them. Next slide, please. This is one of the exciting opportunities where I was able to, share the AMR message to my church, reaching out to over 260 congregants with the message of AMR to my work. And this was an amazing experience through this DBF, which I never imagined I could do. Next slide, please. So what are my key takeaways? As I've learned now that AMR being a complex problem, we really need all the stakeholders to come together and collaborate and see how best we can solve this problem. And how do I wish to apply the knowledge that I've learned from this amazing internship, transformative internship, is that I've already started engaging with my management as far as strengthening antimicrobial stewardship committees consent. And we've already now received the invitations of being part of the MS committee, which was inactive for many years. I've also managed to start trainings and I intend even to have more webinars and trainings to my colleagues as time passes. And what are my aspirations? Through this program now, I aspire to really go and do masters. I feel more motivated now that I can go and do masters on antimicrobial resistance and infectious diseases and to deepen my technical and research capacity. And I also envision to see myself leading advocacy, stewardship, and surveillance and research, and a specific goal. Through Mr. Lotta, my mentor, he helped me how to develop antibiotics in guiding empirical therapy, which I want to do it. I've already done it here. I've developed one for my institution, and I want the same to be across the country. So I commit to champion AMR stewardship, surveillance, and advocacy, evidence-based on advocacy across Malawi. Next slide, please. So this internship has taught me that AMR is complex, but not impossible. With evidence, stewardship, and effective policy, we can preserve the integrity of the available antimicrobials. I live with equipped knowledge, skills, responsibility, and ensure surveillance. Thank you so much, and we can always connect with on the social platforms. Thank you for this opportunity, DBF. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gracian. And we'll move over to the next person. Okay, yeah, right now is not able to join us on the call due to the fact that he has some minor injuries, accidents. while on transit. So he sent his apologies to that. He just informed me today. So we'll move over to the next part of the interns. I believe is trust. Dimfo. Dimfo, over to you, please.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Dimpo Kubai. Please allow me to say this internship was a 3 months work probation, and I now feel well equipped to start work. The probation period has ended, and now we are ready to move on and to share the lessons learned. I am from South Africa in the Gauteng region, and the sector that I'm in is a human health, a medical technologist, and also a public health officer. I have worked on Group 4 for our capstone group project. Next slide, please. Yeah, my group was Group 4, and our capstone project was focusing on strengthening antimicrobial stewardship in Africa through a One Health framework. And we have addressed challenges of antimicrobial misuse across humans, animals, and environmental health. So if somebody was to ask me which was my most impactful lesson, I intentionally highlighted all of them because I literally loved each and every session. Every session was impactful for me. But if I'm to choose one, I'll choose the global module 2 and module 3. I was given the best mentor. She has encouraged me to not put a limit for myself. And more than anything, she's paved ways for me to form alliances with other professionals that are within the field. And I also particularly enjoyed learning about media engagement and publication because it's one thing to have a message to send across to people, but it's another thing to know the how to send the message. If you don't use the right words, you might end up not communicating your message the way you wanted it to be communicated. So knowledge that is not shared, it is knowledge completely lost. In terms of our project, I was the policy lead analysis and translation. And all the group works that were given, there's not one that I didn't fully participate in. So I worked on each and every one of them. And my group members were from Ghana, Malawi, and South Africa, and Kenya. And we were able to explore the NAPs of all the countries. And our proposed intervention is to create a One Health antimicrobial stewardship model. Next slide, please. So in cases of the knowledge learned, this internship has deepened my understanding of One Health and the integration across all the sectors. And I got to understand how the WHO Global Health Action Plan on AMR and AAPs, and as well as the quadripartite is integrated. And for me, we learned leadership, and we learned how to effectively be a good leader. This program also enhanced my collaboration and teamwork skills, and also to understand how to work in a multidisciplinary section. I like to believe that somewhat I have gained some skill of public speaking, and I can consider myself a digital advocate because whenever I am given an opportunity to speak on AMR, I take it with so much confidence because of this internship. I also appreciate the fact that we were given so much information on learning how to do policy brief writing, how to construct advocacy letters, and how to engage stakeholders. It has been very great for me, and I can confidently say that if given the chance, I can write that policy brief and I can send it out there. My most impactful lesson is AMR cannot be solved in silos. We need integration. We need integrated surveillance and stewardship across all the sectors. It is the cornerstone to effectively solve this AMR problem. Next slide, please. So there I'm just showing my One Health certificate. And allow me to say 2 weeks ago, I met some of the kids that I was teaching One Health to the other day. And they were like, Sis Dimpo, we still remember everything you taught us. So these small lessons that we take out there, they are not small. They're making changes, and we're leaving knowledge with people that are deserving. I also got to speak to some of the community members at the public clinic and also convey the lesson to my colleagues. Next slide, please. My key takeaway is you don't have to have a high-ranking position to make an impactful change. At the end of the day, change starts small. You collaborate because big changes starts with small changes. And this internship reinforced to me that AMR governance requires collaboration, strategic thinking, and inclusion. To the next group, which is cohort 5, I advise them to take this internship extremely serious because it will shape their career. And more than anything, it will help them to make lifelong alliances. Because I believe from this point, we are going to collaborate further. You can connect with me. Okay, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dimple. Thank you so much for your time. Sorry, we are working strictly with time. We have to be respectful with time, please. Thank you and big congratulations to everyone. And this is the moment that we have been waiting for, the certificate presentation. And I would like to say a big congratulations. This part is one of the most anticipated moments of today's ceremony, and it has arrived. So today we recognize the dedication, perseverance, and commitment demonstrated throughout this internship. One thing is that certificates are more than documents. They symbolize, countless hours of learning, participation, teamwork, mentorship, and personal growth. So each certificate here represents a promise, a commitment to continue advancing One Health and antimicrobial resistance action beyond this program. And to every intern receiving a certificate today, congratulations. And you have earned this recognition through your hard work and determination. So I'd like to say congratulations, Amy. Congratulations, Mansour from Senegal. Congratulations, Mohammed from Senegal. Congratulations, Hafton from Ethiopia. Congratulations, Yahya from Nigeria. Congratulations, Zenebe from Ethiopia. Congratulations, Igide from Rwanda. Congratulations, Petrina from Ghana. Congratulations, Cabo from Botswana. Congratulations, Achimbo from Kenya. Congratulations, Teresa. Congratulations, Bristol from Ethiopia. Congratulations, Agnes from Zambia. Congratulations, George from Malawi. Congratulations, Mbaza from Zambia. Congratulations, Jamin from Cameroon. Congratulations, Trust from South Africa. Congratulations, Gracian from Malawi. Congratulations, Jacob from Nigeria. Congratulations, Rashida from Nigeria. And congratulations, Kende from Nigeria. Award of Excellence. So we'll move over to this important part of the agenda, which is Award of Excellence. I would like to say excellence deserves recognition. And throughout this internship, several participants consistently demonstrated exceptional commitment through active participation, punctuality, professionalism, collaboration, and leadership. So today's Award of Excellence celebrates not only outstanding performance, but also the value that strengthens effective leadership. This award recognizes interns who inspires others through their actions, consistency, and contributed to the success of the entire cohort. So I'd like to say a big congratulations in advance to all our award recipients. And to ensure transparency, our award of excellence were based on clearly defined benchmarks. This includes consistently high, attendance rates, timely submission of assignments and program deliverables, active engagement during sessions and group activities. So these criteria reflect quality that extends far beyond this internship. It includes professionalism, accountability, consistency, collaboration. These are the characteristics that distinguish future leaders to every recipient. So congratulations once again. And we hope that these recognitions encourages you to continue striving for excellence throughout your career. So I would like to say a big congratulations to Gracian. Congratulations, Gracian from Malawi. Congratulations, Trust from South Africa. Congratulations, Jacob from Nigeria. Congratulations, Adimbo Aching, that's Lucia from Kenya. And finally, congratulations, Kuyandika Mbaza from Zambia. Congratulations, guys, to these 5 interns. So finally, as we approach the conclusion of today's ceremony, we would like everyone to participate in one final reflection. So this activity, it's really important just to hear a feedback from, the interns as well as the participants on the call. So we have a closing icebreaker, and which is, so we'll give a few minutes here. So please, once again, visit the Mentimeter using the code displayed on your screen today. For the final question, imagine it is the year 2030. Looking back on your AMR journey, what do you hope people will say you helped change? So take a moment right now to reflect before responding. Your answer doesn't need to be perfect, but think about the legacy you hope to leave. And perhaps you hope people will remember that you are strengthening antimicrobial stewardship, influence national policy, influence community, improve surveillance, protected future generations. So every great achievement begins with a vision. So we'd like to hear your response. So kindly go to Mentimeter, enter the code 36359539. So kindly go to www.mentimeter and use the code as highlighted here. So I will move over to the Mentimeter. I've seen some feedback here. So I'm seeing, I think this person did not spell. Is it artificial intelligence or is it African youth? Please use the code 36353539. Menti.com and then use the code. So we'll give 5 minutes for this, please. Five minutes. I would like to hear your response. Imagine it is 2030. You are looking back at your AMR journey. What do you hope people will say you helped change? AMR awareness, the community, influence lasting policy, collaborated One Health, helped save lives. Please, everyone, it's important that you contribute. Influence lasting policy. Improve knowledge on AMR. Please, we want more voices to be heard here. Help save life, AMR awareness. Please use the code 36359539. Menti.com, please. Imagine it is 2030. You are looking back at your AMR journey. What do you hope people will say you helped change? Let's hear your feedback. Strengthening surveillance, knowledge, inspire policy change, attitude. I'm saying awareness is taking the lead here. AMR awareness to community, strengthen surveillance, borderless solutions, empower actions, perspectives. I hope to contribute to collaborated One Health, influence lasting policy, inspire policy change, reduce threat of AMR, perspective, leadership. Interesting. Thank you so much. I think we'll just leave room for a few more minutes. Let's just have more awareness. Africa trained youth AMS champions. So I would like to say thank you all for your contribution, and please keep them coming. Keep it coming, please. So we'll move over to the next step of the agenda. I'd like to say, although that today's ceremony marks the official conclusion of the cohort 4, it certainly does not mark the end of the interns journey. So we have identified several important next steps for all interns. So that will be showcased shortly. But first off, I would like to say we should just kindly fill in the feedback form that is prompted just now. Just use a few minutes to do the feedback. So for the next steps, so our alumni community is one of the key next steps that we're hoping the interns will join. So they will join the alumni network. So today interns become tomorrow's mentors, facilitators, collaborators, and technical experts. So we encourage you to stay connected, support one another, celebrate each other's success, share your achievements on your social media platform, collaborate across borders, and build a relationship that you have always wanted to build in terms of AMR advocacy. Next, so we also encourage every intern to continue developing their works. Your capstone project should not just remain PowerPoint presentations or documentations. They should become policy briefs, research papers, proposal, conference presentation, community interventions, grant proposals, and implementation projects. And today's presentation represents the beginning, not the final destination. So we look forward to seeing these ideas continue making difference across Africa. And also, just to mention, finally, in 3 months' time, we will ask for every intern to complete our impact survey. So your feedback will help us evaluate the program and strengthen future cohorts, and also demonstrate the value of investing in youth leadership for antimicrobial resistance. And as we approach the conclusion of today's ceremony, I would like to invite one final message from the leadership of both Ducey Blue Foundation and the OHS team. So I would like to call on Fam Estelle if she will kindly do us the honor of having a closing remark. Thank you. Over to you, Fam Estelle.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Wow. It's a bit overwhelming to listen to everything that has happened this evening and this graduation ceremony. Permit me, I'm just coordinating a workshop. You know, the work continues, the AMR work continues. We're currently implementing a sustainable impact workshop. So sustainability is definitely a buzzword for this program, and our goal to ensure that we keep this going, we keep the movement going. And I get very emotional at this closing ceremonies. This year, I promised the interns I'm not going to cry. So I'm going to try and stick to that, because the work they've done, the amazing opportunities and whole process over the last 3-4 months has been amazing. The partnerships engagement, the mentors, the facilitators, everyone has really, really pulled their weight in every way. So proud of the interns, the list of interns that graduated, the guys that got the certificates of excellence. It's really, 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 really amazing. Like I always say, this program started with a vision to share what I wish someone told me. You know, I say to the interns during the session, I say, if I had the opportunity you had, who knows where I'll be right now? Maybe I'll be president of Nigeria. Maybe I'll be the leader of Africa CDC. Who knows where I'll be? You know, so this is something that I always thought, I wish someone told me this when I was at uni. I wish someone told me when I just became a newly qualified pharmacist. I wish someone told me this when I started my career. So I made it the vision and the mission of the teams and the collaborations we've had. How can we share this to make Africa greater, to make Africa the continent that we want it to be? So I just want to say huge congratulations. Thank you to our distinguished guests. Thank you to our valued partners. Thank you to our esteemed mentors. Thank you to our respected colleagues. And congratulations to the honored graduates. 21 out of 25 of you finished this program, the very tall feat, and you are the inspiring future leaders of Africa. So as we come to the close of this amazing program, we're not doing this as a sense of ending by any means. Charles has highlighted some of the things that are ongoing with the alumni network, but this is a renewed sense of purpose. Today is simply the completion of a learning journey and is commissioning you as the generation of leaders to take this forward. Over the past few months, it's clear that we've achieved that mission to cultivate the next generation of transformative African leaders who shape policy, strengthen systems, and create lasting impacts across the continent. So as you return to your institutions to continue, your communities, your sphere of influence. I love the conversation about, the engagement at your churches, and people coming up to you to say to find out more about AMR. This is the sustainability. So I leave you with this challenge. I want you to lead with integrity. I want you to innovate with purpose. I want you to strengthen the built partnerships that you've already started. And I want you to transform policy into practice, turn that evidence into action. And wherever God places you, leave that place far stronger than how you found it. Remember, long after the ceremony has ended, may your true legacy be found in the leaders you raise, the systems you strengthen, and the lives you transform through. Sorry about that. And the life you transform through purpose-driven leadership. Reflecting on this journey, one truth stands above everything else. We have witnessed what becomes possible when excellence meets collaboration and when people answer call greater than themselves. So continue to pursue that excellence. I always tell you, pursue excellence with everything, every single sphere of your being. Remain teachable, stay courageous, and increase your surface area for opportunity through your preparation. So to you as the youth of Africa, I say this: do not wait for the permission to lead. The future of health security belongs to those who are willing to innovate, challenge outdated systems, and create new pathways for change. Whether you're a scientist, entrepreneur, policymaker, communicator, artist, community advocate, there's a place for you in this fight against AMR. The solutions for AMR will not come from the labs and boardrooms alone. They will emerge from the universities, our communities, our technology hubs, our farms, our pharmacies, and the brilliant mind that all of you have, which is evident on what we've done here. So as always, I say to you, lead with your value. The story of antimicrobial resistance is just being written. Let us move beyond simply managing problems and design the future that we want. Let us harness digital technologies, AI, behavioral science, community-driven solutions to build stronger and more resilient health systems. Let us transform awareness into action and action into impact. On behalf of all our partners, I can't thank you enough. Some of you have been on this journey with us from Cohort 1, our mentors and organizers. Thank you to One Health Society for this collaboration, for this 4th cohort and this innovative AMR policy and governance program. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your passion and your willingness to serve. At Dusit Blue Foundation, we remain steadfast in our commitment to continue investing in transformative programs that equip the next generation of African leaders and drive sustainable impact. So I leave you once again, as we started this program, with a timeless word from Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it's done. Today, we've shown that it's possible. We did it. You did it. Congratulations, class of 2026. Go with courage and serve with humility. And may your work bring healing, hope, and transformation across Africa. The work continues and the futures I surpass to create. Thank you and God bless you. And I didn't cry just because I'm surrounded by people. So I'm so proud of all of you. Well done. And like I always tell you guys, I'm available to continue this conversation. Anything I can do in my sphere to push your vision and what you want to do, I will do it and engage with all the stakeholders on the call. So I give you one huge round of applause. Thank you so much to you guys and congratulations. We look forward to the next steps. Thank you and over.
Thank you very much, Estelle, for those inspiring words and for your continuous leadership and commitment to developing Africa's future public health leaders. So moving on, I would call on Fam Hamisi.
Thank you so much, Charles. I hope you can see me and hear me clearly.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. That was so emotional, wonderful, very inspiring closing remark from Farmer Estelle. So from One Society and on behalf of One Society team, we would like to thank again our partners who have dedicated their time to be with us throughout this program, but also to thank the interns for their dedicated work and energy and discipline to make sure that they're showing up every time that we wanted them to show up, but also to the Dusit Blue team. As we are concluding this, I think this is one of the very wonderful collaboration that we've had, and we are looking forward to collaborate and partner in so many other areas that are looking to strengthen the capacity, but also innovative ideas on how best we can navigate that microbial resistance. So my message is always that most of these programs end when people receive certificates and present their project, and then the program is closed and nothing has been happening after that. So we need to challenge that. We need to go out there and make sure that we stand with the knowledge and skill that we have gained through this program, but also very important, we need to show that we are different from just people that are acknowledging the existence of the problem, but we are bringing in solutions that are very sustainable, innovative. So thank you so much for those for mentors who have been with us, for those judges, and for the review of the project, for the groups that you have been presenting your ideas. These are very, very good ideas, and they're aligning with so much of the framework that we have within our region. So we need to work to make sure that we are working on them, to make sure that they're actually being implemented. And then being part of this cohort, actually, you have earned yourself through this partnership to be able to collaborate with One Society in the future, with the Dusit Blue in the future as well. So I will end this remark with saying that we need to develop African-led solution, and you are the people that we have put our energy and efforts to make sure that you become the leaders that we want. And we didn't get this chance. I'm a pharmacist. I didn't get this chance throughout my university studies. We have been developing our skills away from the universities by being more proactive. But looking at you now, you get this kind of program that even when we were designing it, it was inspiring to see kind of high-level people that are coming in to talk to you And even for the organizers as well, even for my team, I was telling them, this is a chance for us to learn as well, because we didn't have this chance to a very comprehensive program that with a high level people coming to teach us. So I think you are lucky enough, but now we need to see your names into the impact spaces across the region. You need to make sure that this is happening, and you don't have to wait for the fund that you have mentioned. We can always start somewhere. We need to start, and we need to demonstrate the values, and then we'll get the resources that is needed. So thank you so much, and we are always open for collaboration and partnership at One Health Society, and we are happy to connect with every interns and every organization that's looking forward to expand the application of One Health approach in addressing antimicrobial resistance. Thank you so much, and back to you, Charles.
So much, Fam Hamisi. Just before we wrap up, I would just like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Chineye. We acknowledge your presence and to say thank you for joining us. And also, I would love to also acknowledge the presence of Pharmacist Yakubu James from the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare in Nigeria. Thank you so much for finding the time to join us. And also thank you, Dr. Rajab. Finding a time to join us on the call. Thank you. She was part of the external reviewers for the intent. And also I'd like to say thank you, Marcel, for finding the time to also join us. Thank you, Dr. Lawan, Abdul Razak, Ali. Thank you, and thank you all for finding the time to join the meeting. So finally, I'd like to say the distinguished guests, our partners, our mentors, our facilitators that were on the call, alumni. I can see Dr. Lawan here as well. And most importantly, our graduates. As we officially conclude today's ceremony, I'd like to leave you with one final thought, which is antimicrobial resistance is one of the defining health challenges of our generation. But today's program has shown us something equally important, which is Africa already has talent, and Africa already has passions. Africa already has the leadership. So what we must continue to build are opportunities, and opportunities for young people to contribute, innovate, and lead. To our interns, I'd like to say you joined this program as participants, and today you live as ambassadors for One Health, advocates for evidence-based policy, and champions for antimicrobial resistance action. So I'd like to say carry that responsibility with pride, continue asking difficult questions, and continue collaborating across sectors, across countries, continue mentoring others, and continue leading with integrity. I believe Dusit Blue Foundation and One Health Society has given you the platform to collaborate, not just within your country, but connect with your fellow interns across countries. So on behalf of Dusit Blue Foundation and One Health Society, thank you to every mentor, facilitators, reviewers, keynote speakers, partners, stakeholders, One Health lessons, and participants who have contributed to this success of Cohort 4. We deeply, deeply appreciate your commitment to building a healthier and safer Africa. Congratulations once again to all our graduates. I'll say stay connected, and we look forward to celebrating your continued impact in your years ahead. Do share your achievements on social media, and please do well to always tag the organization in your future endeavors. So thank you very much. Goodbye and stay blessed, everyone. Thank you and over.
I just had to let you know you're